there's a lot of great plant lists out there, but you really have to see what works on your farm in your microclimate and what is easiest to grow. You know, we want to have a wide range of plants, but ultimately we have to choose the plants that don't that do well, that are easy, take fewer resources and inputs. And all of our crops, or all of our plants that we plant, do not have berries on them because of the spotted-winged Drosophila. Any berries that are left hanging on the plant would harbor that insect that could jump over to our blueberry crops. And so unfortunately has eliminated a lot of plants, but it's something that we don't want to make sure we don't have any bearing pollinator plants that could harbor spotted-winged Drosophila, because it's a major pest in our blueberries. So I think some of the biggest lessons we've learned with planting these habitats is you have to plant the right plant in the right spot. Everything we've planted is native to this area, and we choose them because they are adapted to this climate, to the lack of rain that we get in the summertime, to the hot summers, the wet winters. And so there's been low-lying areas that have wet soil that we've lost plants. We've had to replace them with plants that are more adapted to growing in wet soils. We've had issues with voles feeding on certain types of plants that we can't get established. And so we've tried to work around figuring out how to get these different plants established. There are certain plants that do great early on in the season. They flower well, but they only last for 2-3 years. And so we're trying to plant things that last for a long amount of time. And we're just continuing to try to find plants that help us extend our flowering season, because insects really do come out really early in the year and before we have plants that are flowering. So we're always trying to find plants that fill the gaps in throughout the year. And then just trying to keep the habitats growing and vigorous. We've tried occasionally pruning them back to get them to shoot more green, vigorous growth to get more flowers. We've tried to avoid watering as much as possible because these plants don't like irrigation in the summertime, and so we try to avoid irrigating them. And so it's a little tricky trying to establish portions of the hedgerows when you don't want to irrigate. And then just basically trying to find ways to incorporate habitat throughout the farm. Pieces of ground that we're unable to grow crops on because it's too steep or the soil's too poor. Areas of the farm that we needed open ground during establishment of the farm, but now that we're managing the farm and it's a mature farm, that we no longer need those open areas, and so we're trying to put plants into there. And then just trying to find ways to plant wildflowers and different seeds, things that bloom and give us a lot of valuable nectar resources. Trying to find ways to incorporate that and get those established. That's something we haven't been able to do real well yet. Where planting plants is easy, but planting seeds has actually been a little bit more difficult. And so that's something that we're trying to learn and work through, and find the right seed mixes and things that last and give us good value for our money.